Hello, and welcome to the episode of Todd Talks. When Todd talks, people listen, hopefully. Do you know something different? Do you? Do you? Yes, I have officially gotten the Death Battle t-shirt. I got it for my birthday, and it's actually very appropriate that I would debut it on this reaction video, because this is arguably one of the most important reaction videos I have ever done. Because the video is out. You know the video. It's Naruto versus Ichigo. It's been seen by over 1 million people, and the salt is real! Yeah! In fact, the salt is so real, I have already salted and eaten my popcorn. I apologize for not saving some for this video. Probably would have been best, though. It's rude to talk with your mouth full. So yeah, the battle has come. And Naruto won. And the salt is real. I mean, seriously, I thought that Thor vs. Wonder Woman had salt. My gosh. I mean, I get it. It's anime, and these are strong characters that have, been around for quite some time, and I totally get it. You're passionate. You wanted your characters to win. I even like that Ben said, "Sorry, Bleach fans. We know you wanted to win, but this wasn't it." They acknowledge the popularity of these fan bases. I even love the opening, how they talked about the Shonen Jump Big Three. With One Piece and Naruto and Bleach. That was really, really cool. But in the end, only one could win, and Naruto was it. And the salt, people, the salt is so bad that they're in straight out denial. And I don't mean a river in Egypt. I mean, they're insulting like the research. They're insulting, how far they went. Okay. The worst one for me was that a coworker of mine for a website I work for was like, "Oh, they overestimated Ichigo and he still lost, and you still believe their research?" And I'm like, oh, what an idiot. That's not what they meant. And I've seen a lot of people say, like, that's the wrong stats and all that. It's like, look, they went so far, Death Battle went so far with their research. They went to the end of both the animes and the mangas, to, get as much as they could. They went to the official data books. They made sure that every form was accounted for, every attack was measured, every feat was, calculated correctly so that they could not get this wrong. They wanted to make sure that this death battle was correct. And I'm sorry, I really do believe it. Man, remember, I don't have a horse in this race. I've never seen Naruto and I've never seen Ichigo. I only know about them loosely and, via the research that I've done. So when I heard their, feedback, not only was it logical, it just plain made sense. The biggest one, obviously, was when they, tried to measure Ichigo's, spiritual energy against Naruto's chakra. And they had to do, like, the, the multiplication and the stacking, even though, by the law of comic books, they did not clearly define, the comics, not Death Battle, how much Ichigo's power was increased by this. Okay, it wasn't like Goku, which is actually a great example for this, where his power level, for lack of a better term, and strength level was amplified a certain amount by every single Super Saiyan form he received. That was clearly spelled out. Whereas here, it was just like, okay, Bankai can work 5 to 10 times, depending on the person, and then you got different forms, but then just, what's the limit here? Where's the end? So they gave him the best case scenario. They gave him, with his base stat times 10 for every single form he had. Every single one. Even though the comic did not specifically say at any point in time that they stack like that they continue multiplying like that, or anything else. They did it with the best case scenario to give him the best number possible, knowing that they were overestimating, but they gave it to him anyway, and he still did not measure up to Naruto's chakra. Okay? And to be honest, based on what I read about during the death battle, I think that Naruto's chakra is actually higher, because they said it goes at least 40 billion, blah, blah, blah. Based on what I've read about Kurama, it's actually higher than that. But let's just move on. So, even in the best case scenario, his chakra didn't match up to him, or his spiritual energy did not match up with Naruto's chakra. So that's what they were doing there. They weren't overestimating him the whole battle and he still lost. No. They were giving him the best case with every single number he had, so that they could clearly define where they were and who would win. And I'm sorry, Naruto was better in most categories. And Ichigo even got speed. I mean, he was shown to be faster than Naruto, which I've heard some people debating, but whatever. But it wasn't enough, And just like I said in my preview, I didn't think that strength or speed would be the deciding factor. It would be everything else combined with it, which I've heard some people calling me out on. You know who you are. Okay? Yeah, I'm watching you. And just like I tried to explain to you on the forums, there have been many death battles where a character's had better strength or better speed, maybe even more experience, but their combined abilities just weren't enough for one reason or another. And now we can add Ichigo to that because I've had at least, I remember at least 4 different characters who have had a definitive speed advantage, but they couldn't get the job done. So there you go. And it makes sense because Naruto just has. I didn't even think about his training. Training was one of the big things I mentioned. I didn't even think about that, even though I knew that Naruto had been trained by various teachers over the years. I read articles and all that stuff. I didn't even think about that, but his tactics, his abilities, like the shadow clones, which I loved how they represented in the battle. That was so cool. All that combined with his training, his endurance, his chakra, he just totally outmatched Ichigo, and it was honestly really cool. Now, as for the battle itself, yeah, okay, I wanted it to be longer. I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted it to be longer. I wanted it to be like Kirby Majin Buu, 5 minutes, epic war and all that. And don't get me wrong, we got an epic war, but it was only about 3 minutes. And for what they did in those 3 minutes, it was really, really cool. They showed as many forms as they could, and Ben even went on Twitter and posted stills saying, you might not have caught it, but we actually showed more of Ishigo's forms than you think. And so, they were trying to be as accurate as they could. So they wanted to do as best they could in those 3 minutes, and they did. And there were some really cool moments, like Kurama speaking multiple times. That was really cool. And I like how they not only drew the characters, and this had so many hand-drawn elements. Like that's one of Jet's big styles, is that he likes to do hand-drawn elements, and that was really cool here. Like showing the various Kurama heads. Naruto, you have to keep moving. I will guide you. That was just really cool moments. And then obviously the different forms. Oh, hands down, I don't want to forget this. My favorite moment of the battle was the moment he went to, I think it was a sage form, and he goes, I see you. Believe it! I laughed out loud. I was like rewatching that moment just because I wanted to hear, believe it! All over it. That was really, really funny. But they did well. They showed the power of these two, and there was just some really cool moments, like when Ichigo went to that one form and everything went black, and you're like, oh crap! And then you hear Karama! That was just awesome. So I'll admit the ending, okay, it kind of felt a little hollow because it's just him, Ichigo on the ground in his regular clothes, with a stick, and Naruto's unleashing like his massive attacks, even though a single strike would probably kill him at this point. But they wanted to go for the Big Bang, and then they kind of pulled Pork Gastiace and just like to show his body like disintegrating and all that, and the energy going into space. Ooh, by the way, Chuck Norris sticking to Sanshiro. They're still fighting. Yeah, baby. So it wasn't the best ending, but for what it was really, really cool, and they really got to show the personalities of these two and all that, and it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Now, I have seen multiple salts over, I'm going to call them salts instead of comments now, multiple salts over how the battle didn't interpret Ichigo right and all that. For the love of all holy people, the visual is just that. It's a visual. It's meant to be one interpretation of the death battle. We don't know how it would actually go. It could go 3 hours. It could go 3 days. It could go 3 seconds. We don't know. This is how they did it with, their information, with all the forms they felt they could draw, or in this case, Jets could draw. And, they did their best with the time they had. Now, yes, I would have loved it to be, like Goku versus Superman, where it was like, 10 minutes of epic anime, and they're just slowly like going up and up and up and up and using all of their techniques and whatnot. But they couldn't do that. Okay, they could do that, but they didn't do that. There's a difference. But given what they've been trying to do, I understand why they went on the shorter side. So, okay, I understand, but it's serious. It's just one interpretation of the death battle. It's not meant to be this is how the battle would go. That's not how they do it. Okay? That's not how they do it. So, again, this is... I know this is controversial, but it could have gotten even more controversial because apparently someone asked Ben after the death battle, why didn't you just do a triple threat match between Luffy, Naruto, and Ichigo to represent the true, Shonen Jump or Shonen Jump, Trinity, as it were. And he rightly responded, "Do you know how long it took for us to do this one? Do you know how long it would take to do that one?" And recall that the only triple threat match in the history of Death Battle was the Pokemon Battle Royal between Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise. And the only reason they did that was because they made it was wild Pokemon, so they were defined by the video games themselves, and they had the math to back it up. Now, yes, every Death Battle has math, but this battle 100% had no interpretations. It was the stats, what damage they did, how the Pokemon would react to it, and so on. And it was only by that were they able to determine that Blastoise would win a majority of the matches. That was the only reason they did it. Okay? So for them to do this, where it would be a lot of interpretation, it wouldn't be as backed up by math, and it would be a lot more variables. There is no way they could have done it feasibly and done it believably. I guarantee you it would have been more controversial than Goku versus Superman. Either one. Okay? Because no fanboy would be happy there. And every single one of them would have went more than likely everyone would have went, you should have just done a one-on-one battle, which is ironically what a lot of people wanted. They either wanted Naruto versus Luffy or Naruto versus Ichigo. And we got the latter. So you're just going to have to take, and hey, I personally, even though I don't know much about Luffy, I want to see Luffy versus Mr. Fantastic. Think about it. Okay. And Luffy's going to show up eventually. They were joking about not showing Naruto for a while, and now we got Naruto and Ichigo, so Luffy's going to be coming eventually. Maybe next season. We don't know. So, again, I know it's a controversial death battle. I know this one's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, but I really think they got it right. I have no horse in this race. I don't know. I didn't watch Naruto. I don't watch Bleach. Or have never read either. And so, please, just take it from me. I really think they got this one right. Moving on, the next battle is one I'm very, very excited for because, okay, back up. The last two battles have been like epic fan matchups, right? It's, Wonder Woman versus Thor, and then we had Naruto versus Ichigo, and I'm like, how the heck are they going to top this? Because we got two battles left, this one and the next one. And they go, hey, let's do a futuristic twist on a classic matchup. So they're doing Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man 2099. And I am a huge Batman Beyond fan. I'm pretty sure you can tell that I'm probably going to pick him, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to have to do my research because I only slightly know 2099 Spider-Man from various interpretations on video games and television shows. So, but this is a fun one because Batman versus Spider-Man it's just a classic fanboy matchup because these are the two smartest guys in the room, more or less, and they fought in season 1. Spider-Man won, justifiably. So now to see their future incarnations do battle, it's gonna be good. I don't know if this is 2D or 3D. I haven't checked the Twitter for confirmation on this yet, so we'll just see how it happens. It could go either way. I won't lie. Personally, I like to see it in 3D. But we'll just see. But I'm looking forward to this, and I can't wait to do my research on it. So with that, I am ending this episode of Todd Talk. Did you like Naruto versus Ichigo? Did you agree with the result? Do you like my Death Battle shirt? Remember, it's available on the Screw Attack store. So do go get that, and then let me know what you think of the next matchup, because I really want to hear what you think. And who are you rooting for right now? No research. Just give me your gut instinct who you're rooting for. So with that, I'm ending this episode. So, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know you were listening, and I will see you around.